Greetings, Butterfly Tribe. I've missed you guys and I am back. I have so much to catch up on, so much to share with you. Things that he's been revealing through the word. But yeah, I'm back. So what I wanted to talk about today was knowing when to recognize when the Father is speaking to you. You know, as a parent or a mother, I try to be in tune with each of my children. I try to read them based on their own individual personalities, their likes, their dislikes. I try to gauge when something is bothering them, when they're happy, when they're sad, when they're content. I just want to know my children. And I believe the Father is definitely like that with us as his children. He definitely knows our needs individually. And so how he speaks to us is different. But it is important for us to recognize when he is speaking to us. The word says, my sheep know my voice, and another they will not follow. And so if you don't know the voice of your Father, then you're likely gonna slip up and follow something or someone that isn't related to him, something that he did not intend for you. And so a lot of people will tell you that's not of the Father, but the Father knows you, and the Father will speak and communicate with you in ways that he knows you will recognize. And this happened to me earlier this week, to where I kept seeing the same numbers over and over again. And this was not the first time these numbers have been introduced to me. And no, I do not do angel numbers, but I do understand how numbers relate to scripture. And I know that anything, he'll get your attention using these numbers. And so I'm familiar with these numbers and have looked them up in Strong's Concordance and know the Hebrew meanings of these words and how they relate to scripture. So when I kept seeing these numbers, and I won't share the numbers because I'm being very cautious in this season about opening doors so that the enemy can peek into my life, into what the Most High is doing. So I won't share the numbers, but I just wanted you to know that he will speak to you in a way that you understand, and no one else has to understand it, as long as you know that the Father is trying to get your attention and he's trying to communicate with you. And then once he showed me the number repeatedly and got my attention, I prayed and I asked, what are you trying to tell me? Why do you keep showing me these numbers? I mean, it was everywhere. The same series of numbers. And in scripture, the series of numbers have a very distinct meaning. And I kept, my immediate mind wanted to go to that meaning. But at the same time, I kept hearing, for such a time as this, for such a time as this. But it wasn't the 4:14 from Esther that normally he'll show me when he's relating that particular message. So I looked it up. And when I looked up the number, for certain in the Strong Concordance, it had for this time, or for such a time as this, pinpointing that it was the appointed time for something. And so again, multiple numbers can have multiple meanings, but for certain, he wanted me to realize that it was time, that it was his appointed time for the matter. And what the numbers symbolize in scripture, I knew exactly what he meant by the time and what he was about to bring about in my life. And so again, just understand that the Most High will speak to you in a way that you understand. So Get familiar. Spend time with him in his word and in your private time, in your prayer life, in your secret place, so that when he begins to try to nudge you and get your attention, you recognize his voice and you understand that he is trying to communicate with you. And pray and ask him what he's trying to tell you in that moment. Have a blessed day.